Hello everyone, this is Bryant with SFOTsource.com, your premier guide to Six Flags Over Texas. We're here at Six Flags Over Texas. Our last visit was during the total solar eclipse where they did the fireworks show and had select rides and attractions open. But during that visit, we could not enjoy the Viva la Fiesta event because that only takes place on the weekend. So even though there's only a little bit of time left to enjoy Viva la Fiesta, we've come out to check it out, check out the entertainment and the decor and see what kind of specialty food offerings we can find. That information has not been super easy to procure, so we're going to try to do that today. Also, Six Flags Over Texas recently posted on social media that the dinosaurs for the Dino Off-Road Adventure ride have begun to arrive. So we'll see if there's any context clues around the ride as to what's going on with that and see how many dinosaurs we can find, of course. And we'll check out the construction and Bugs Bunny Boomtown for those rides that are coming as well. So I'm going to show y'all something in the parking lot and then we'll head into the park. So right here, just across from La Vibora, the bobsled roller coaster, you do have this near-sided preferred lot, which has reopened. It was closed because they've been working on these EV chargers. The EV chargers are not quite ready, but it looks like they are right around the corner to being ready. I will point out that the far preferred lot over there on the other side isn't open today, but it isn't very busy. But the weird parking lot jamboree thing that happens is still going on. They also made somebody back up out of the 6 lanes toll booth, which was really wild to watch because there was a line of cars. But there's really never been a dull moment in this parking lot. I'm not really sure what's going on, but we'll go ahead and head into the park and check everything out. Made our way into the park quickly and painlessly, and I talked about this in a past video, but I wanted to elaborate a little bit more when I talked about guest relations moving. It is up here by the Flash Pass Center and Roller Coaster Coffee, and if you're doing any of the VIP stuff, it looks like they have a line for that as well. Now over here, as you move down, you can see that there is a guest services booth, and this is where you would do like Lost and Found and things like that. So I do believe they have something in the former guest relations booth. I believe it's the new photo setup, so we'll go check that out. Up here at the front gate, it is all decked out for Viva la Fiesta. You have a very fun guitar photo op over here, and you've got all of these piñatas and such, adding a lot of color, but the flowers up here are really coming in nicely too, making this front area look really nice. Now, up here at Silver Star Carousel Stage, right in front of us, is where you can catch the Ballet Folklorico performances. It is the same group as last year. We'll give them a quick look here. We've even got the Looney Tunes characters out here in their Viva la Fiesta wear. You've got Sylvester and Tweety, and the chasing never stops. It looks like Sylvester's still trying to get that pesky bird. One big thing, just like a small detail I've noticed walking through this little Mexico section, are these little, there were like, basically, I'm trying to remember, I think these were like trees that were in the middle of the Mexico section, and they pulled them up, and instead of installing the brick, they added concrete. This was a number of years ago, 2016, 2017, something like that. But they're utilizing these little concrete pads and actually putting these fun little themed spots. And this is all around the Mexico gazebo. They've got a few that look like they're pretty much finished, but just a nice little touch. And, you know, I'm pretty sure they took this stuff out to help with the traffic flow over here, but making the most out of it for sure. Now, you don't have to go very far to find your next entertainment offering for Viva la Fiesta. Right here, just outside of El Sombrero, is the Mexico gazebo. And this is where you can catch mariachi Colima performances.
I see, I know, I see, I know, I see. Esas tres que van pasando, ¿cuál te gusta, valedor?
Right out here outside of Casa de Six Flags, you run into your first specialty food booth, which is not open today. But I do want to point out the menu in case it is open when you do come. They have tacos de birria, house-made chips and salsa, platanos, bebidas, coconut lime, sorbet, and any of the food we find we will post on our guide. But yeah, definitely interesting. We kind of waited a few weeks to come to the event and still no luck with some of this stuff. It's very interesting. Now, I was thinking that possibly at the Casa de las Banderas bar, you'd have some kind of specialty drinks for Viva la Fiesta, but I'm not seeing anything posted anywhere, you know, just short of going and asking the bartender that's over there. But yeah, I don't know. They have decked out Spain and Mexico with various little small theming touches. You've got some piñatas over there on the Spain entrance, and you do have some more of those piñatas going through the Mexico section. Across from Rancho de Pollo, you have the Mexico restrooms, and these have been closed off. I assume that these are the next restrooms to undergo a refurbishment, and the refurbishments they've done have definitely turned out pretty nice and are much needed. So this is a great step in the right direction. As we cross over into the Texas section, you do have a DJ that plays here at the courthouse stage during Viva la Fiesta. Today it's DJ Positive P, but I do believe they also have DJ Aiden Brasher out here sometimes as well. Also here in the Texas section, next to the Ellis Heredero log ride, is the Crooked House Casa Magnetica, which has a special overlay during Viva la Fiesta. Talks about Cinco de Mayo and such. Now, if you remember, they had this open during Scream Break, and it had a fun little overlay. So nice to see them changing things up and making this fresh and fun each time it reopens. We have headed over into the lower Texas section over the bridge, and this pathway that you take to get down to Titan is closed today. And there was a really bad storm last night, and with Titan's troughs and such, I have a feeling it's not faring too well, but I would expect this to be reopened next weekend for sure. This is usually not a long process to get this ride going up and getting it ready again. Now, another ride that has a really hard time when the park suffers a severe storm is Chaparral Antique Cars, just because of where it is. It's you know, down lower, and it does look like they've moved all the cars out of here, anticipating possible flood down there. So this is closed, but just like before, this is a ride that typically bounces back pretty quick. This is turning into the Dino Off-Ride Adventure. So I don't think this closure is because of that. I do think it is weather related, but we are going to walk around and see if there's any Dino Off-Road Adventure context clues. Yeah, you can totally see just how high that water is over here. So this was definitely underwater at some point overnight with the crazy storms. And you can see that this pathway was likely underwater too. So it's crazy what happens to this place when the storms get really bad, but they do bounce back really well. And I think you won't even notice that it happened last year or next weekend. I don't even know why I said last year, but we are going to keep on moving. We did want to get down to the pathway over by Titan because you can see some of the dinosaurs from the Dino Off-Road Adventure, but can't get over there today. So we're going to have to figure out another way to see dinosaurs. Come back around past Rodeo over to Pirates of Spelunker Cave. Looks like it could not escape the storm. And they also have this whole back pathway blocked off. So I assume all of the tower section is closed. We can try to go around the other side, but I think for now, instead of going around the outside, we will cut through the Smith Street, France area, all that, see what's going on over there. Handful of videos ago, we pointed out that the France sign was down over here where France meets the USA section, but happy to report it's been put back up. So looks like it just got a little refurbishment and is back up. Definitely a little bit different than the last one looked, but happy to have it back nonetheless. And since we've been dumped back out over here by Bugs Bunny Boomtown, let's go ahead and go in and take a look at the construction progress on the 2 rides that are being installed. All right, well, you can actually see quite a bit from this angle. So they have gotten the concrete base poured for Daffy Duck bucket blasters right there, looking great. Now up against the roller coaster coffee back there, which is still open, you just got to access it from the front side. They have poured new concrete. Looks pretty nice. Always good to see concrete versus blacktop, that's for sure. And as you swing over this way, they have begun working on the footers for the all-new Sylvester and Tweety Pounce and Bounce. Now, Sylvester and Tweety Pounce and Bounce is from Six Flags America. It's being relocated and rethemed, so should not have issues with supply chain or delays when it comes to getting the ride here. And then of course Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters was already in storage here from when it used to operate here. So things are looking up. I think these will open in a pretty timely manner, hopefully. And I know they did advertise Memorial Day weekend in the press release, so we'll see if that happens. We have left Bugs Bunny Boomtown proper, and I think we're actually going to wind our way down this back Big Bend pathway over towards Gotham City. Then we'll come back up through the Boomtown section, see how far we can actually go into the Boomtown section due to the what I assume was some flooding like we've been talking about. Then we'll come back up the USA area to finish out our day. So if you watched our total eclipse video, we did come down here and they have taken the awning completely off of Johnny Rockets. Not sure if that's permanent or if they're doing some refurb, but they do have some wires still leading out for lighting, so we'll have to wait and see. We've crossed over into Boomtown, and I really am trying to be diligent about finding any specialty food for Viva la Fiesta, but so far I haven't seen anything other than that booth we saw in the Mexico section. And it looks like right here at the edge of Boomtown is where they have this blocked off, but they are testing Superman right now, so it looks like they are slowly working on getting some of these attractions open back here, but not much you can do when Mother Nature is involved, that's for sure. So we've made our way back through the USA section. There really wasn't a whole heck of a lot to see or point out or notice. I think with so much of the park being closed due to Mother Nature, kind of messes with the flow. But right here, I did want to point this out because we talked about it at the very beginning. Across from Flags Funnel Cakes, you had the old guest services booth. This is now for photos. So if you buy a photo package or you're looking to purchase photos taken, you can come right here next to Six Flags Universe and do that. All right, we weren't able to catch any dinosaurs while we were inside the park, but I do have a plan. Let's see if it works. All right, y'all, I came way back into the overflow parking lot to see if there were any dinosaurs. None spotted back here, but the old Harley Quinn Spinsanity / Crazy Legs flat ride, its pieces are actually kind of out of the storage area and looking like they're trying to be protected, maybe not sitting on the ground. So I'm really curious about that. Is this something that we could see come back in the near future as well? That would be pretty cool, but time will tell. I don't have any actual solid details on that. All right, y'all, I don't normally do a lot of car videos these days, but we're actually waiting. So for those of you who come here to Six Flags Over Texas a lot, you know there's a lot of sporting stadiums around, and the Rangers game just let out, so there's a lot of Rangers traffic trying to get out of the parking lot, but they are funneling the theme park traffic through that same exit. So a lot of the time at the back of the parking lot back here, they'll sell it for the Rangers game, for Rangers parking, and they have, I guess I should elaborate, they have the theme park traffic coming back into this area too while everyone's trying to leave the Rangers game. So lots of fun trying to get out of here during the sports seasons. Even with everything going on in the park, we had a nice time. We had a nice visit. All the employees and team members we ran into were pleasant. And, you know, when the park deals with the major storms like this, it's always really rough. So considering that, everything that they did have open and running was running pretty smoothly. So no complaints there. And of course, Viva la Fiesta runs through next weekend. So you have a couple more opportunities to enjoy that. And I will say it's definitely kind of toned down, just like Fiesta Texas's was toned down. You still have all the great entertainment and you have some decor. But once you get out of that front area and the Mexico and Spain area, it really dies down and disappears. And they only had the one specialty food booth that wasn't open. So don't count on that when you come, but you can definitely count on the great entertainment and the photo opportunities, all that. If y'all have any questions about Six Flags Over Texas, let us know in the comments below. We'll do our best to help you out. Also visit sfotsource.com. That is our full guide to Six Flags Over Texas. We've done a lot of tweaking to the website, a lot of reorganization, and subtle design changes, so make sure you check that out. Let us know what you think. We thank y'all for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon on our next theme park adventure.